Hi friends, so welcome to AGSIS Academy, and today I'm going to discuss a very important topic which often generates confusion for the students between presidential form government and parliamentary form government. So here today I'm going to discuss this particular how exactly you define presidential form government and with suitable examples. This particular this particular aspect of the question comes quite often in one or other form for various competitive exams, particularly in UPSC and PCS. Also from what we call like in university and colleges, you can say for international relations or political science students. Friends, in this connection, we'll discuss about, let us say, in detail about and very in a short manner and very point wise, like one of the first features of this when we talk about presidential form government, we take separation of powers. The executive, the legislature, and judicial branches of government are separate from each other. And then generally, presidential form of government had a fixed term. Yes, of course, we can have the example of United States, USA. The president serves a fixed term, typically 4 or 5 years, and cannot be easily removed from office. Yes, again, it has an independent see from governmental perspective. The president is not a member of the legislature and is elected independently of the legislative process. Then it has another very typical feature that's about checks and balances. The system often includes mechanism for checks and balances to prevent any one branch from gaining too much power. Yes, again, I would say United States is the example. The president is the head of the state and government. Another example, we have Brazil that follows a presidential system where the president serves as both the head of the states and the head of the government. In the same manner, going further, if we talk about the next part, and that is about Indonesia. Indonesia is also one of the presidential for government it practices, and it has a presidential system where the president is the head of the state and government. The politics of Indonesia take place in the framework of a presidential representative democratic republic, and in the sense the president of Indonesia, we can say, is both head of state and head of the government. And of course, when we talk about presidential politics in that sense, Indonesia as well also practices a multi-party system wherein legislative power is vested in both the government and it also has bicameral People's Constitutive Assembly. In this country as well, judiciary remains independent and of the executive and the legislature. So in Indonesia, we can have the example of presidential form government. There are many countries in the world which is very much having practices of this government, and it differs from parliamentary of government, which I will definitely try to make another video for this, which can have examples and features of the parliamentary of government where India is one of them. Thank you. But dear friends, before telling thanks about this particular video which I was talking about and giving the examples of Indonesia, let's conclude what exactly this video talked about. The above example adequately explained as we saw as to how the advantages presidential form government has over other forms of government. But let me tell you, dear students and aspirants for civil services, I'm not going to compare and contrast with parliamentary form government in this particular video. As I had promised you at the very outset, I will be having another video which will make a comparison between the presidential form and the parliamentary form government, which will see adequately both the comparisons. Only this is very short video for parliamentary form government, which could be useful as a separate note for this. And so, in general parlance, stability remains core and more in case of the presidential form of government than others, as it is perceived. Unlike presidential, rather we can say parliamentary form of government. This is how much courage is there when we talk about like presidential form of government in many parts of the world, rather than parliamentary form of government. But it depends on the suitability of the local temperament and norms of that country, which way the government should go for, whether presidential or parliamentary form government. Thank you. Thanks for watching the video.